It is no surprise that a more than a year-long siege on Tigray and the resumption of hostilities will bring with it a devastating humanitarian catastrophe. Many civilians continue to be displaced from their homes due to conflict, and the number of displaced persons arriving at IDP camps every day is staggering. As Dr. Hayilam Khasai of Tigray Health Research Institute puts it, the number of newly displaced persons continues to rise, and thousands more are expected to arrive as the war on Tigray continues.
We have many new IDP sites, and the number of the number of the war fronts are increasing, especially in the south northwest area and in the eastern part. Especially in the first weeks, we had around 89,000 of internally displaced people. Then before 2 weeks, we have around 346,000 internally displaced people, and by now, before 3 or 4 days, we have around 432,000 of internally displaced people. So by now, we expect just around 500,000 internally displaced people by this time.
While the number of newly displaced persons is overwhelming, as reports indicate, shelter, food, and medical supply for these IDPs is almost non-existent. Many pregnant and lactating mothers, as well as patients with chronic illnesses, continue to arrive at these camps, but proper care is unavailable.
The worrying thing is not only the number. The main worrying is, one, usually these IDPs, they come without anything, without something to eat, without anything to drink, without any shelter. And life there in the IDP sites is very worrying. They don't have anything to eat at all. So almost anything. They are living in the forests, in the streets. They spend day and night without any shelter. The other news that we are hearing is we had also some IDPs from the Eritrea. So you see, the life in the current IDP site is very harsh, very hostile, but people from Eritrea are still joining these IDP sites. So you can estimate what the life condition in Eritrea right now. So it is much more worse in our IDP sites, that means. So this is the indication.
On top of the humanitarian crisis, Dr. Hayilam also stated the amount of medical supply that entered into Tigray so far is nowhere near the yearly demand.
The amount of medical supplies that come to Tigray from these different non-governmental organizations in the time of even humanitarian truce, it was around 5.5% overall of the demand, of the year demand. That means 95% of the people will be without medication. Sometimes we hear some news that there are many medical supplies coming to Tigray, but there is inappropriate usage of these medicines. No, we do. From the outset, we are not receiving enough medicine. Not only enough, very limited medicine. Just even the program medicine in essence, something that we receive by partners. Just we get them from some donors. Even those is what we get in the last 9 months is 6.7 of the year demand. So that means the Ethiopian government is cutting these medicines to enter to Tigray.
As medical supply continues to be blocked from entering the region, the doctor called on the international community and concerned bodies to stop the crimes against humanity being committed on the people of Tigray.
During crisis, receiving medical care, not only the civilians, even the POWs, prisoners of the wars, the wounded patients, wherever from they are, they have the right to get medical access. Yes, it is. During crisis, getting medical care is just human right. So this is clearly stated under the international humanitarian law. As I have told you, we are not getting enough medicines. Our pregnant mothers are not getting ambulance services. So many outbreaks are just without control. Very treatable patients are dying due to lack of oxygen. This is automatically crime against medical neutrality. Right? So anybody, whoever he is, I am saying, have the right to get to be treated, to get medical service. And if somebody is blocking to get medical service, he is committing crime against medical neutrality. And in fact, this is automatical crime against humanity. So for all the international organizations, what I would like to say is, let's follow the basic principles of humanitarian aid. Let's have clear plans. And we need to work the people in need. We need to help the people in need. Otherwise, the health catastrophe of Tigray will be very, very difficult.
Renewed attacks by the allied Ethiopian and Eritrean forces continues to displace many Tigrayans from their homes, some for the second time around. But what awaits displaced persons at these camps is worse than what they have fled to escape.